Hello and welcome. Fallout New Vegas is a game known for having a few wise guy sort of characters. So today we're going to see if we can beat Fallout New Vegas as a Mafioso. While we go through our setup for the playthrough, our skills, perks and traits, and play through the beginning of the Good Springs part of the game, I will explain the rules for the playthrough. So my first big rule is no armor of any kind, only clothes. For my second rule regarding our weapons, we will only be using submachine guns, pistols, one specific sawn-off shotgun, and one specific revolver. A few melee weapons, such as baseball bats and tire irons, are also available as well. We will also be committing to a mafia sort of character, trying to set everything up for our boss, Mr. House, along the way. And I cannot enter the strip until I acquire a suit and a hat to look my sharpest to meet Mr. House. Those are the rules I set for this run. After finishing some of the tutorial with sunny smiles, I returned to Good Springs to start the Ghost Town gunfight mission. I got Trudy and Chet to back us, along with Doc Mitchell. After completing this mission, I went to Prim, asserting Myers as the law, using some of the powder gang equipment I had used to sneak into this facility and talk to him. After talking to Myers and getting him to go to Prim, I killed all of the powder gangers inside the NCR correctional facility. I chose to go the long way to New Vegas this time, travelling through Nipton into Novak. I spoke with Boone, acquiring him as a companion, because having a disgruntled military veteran on my side sounded pretty mafia. I went to Gibson's scrapyard to kill old lady Gibson because she has a weapon we can use for the run. And then I found the Wynn siblings in a shed behind Freeside. I killed them because not only do they have weapons we can use for the run, but the suit and the hat I need to get inside the strip. I went and seen Mr. House once we went to the strip and bartered with him a bit. I went to the tops to deal with Benny and decided that traitors to the house should be dealt with extremely. I took his suit and his gun because they are both viable for the run.
Need a medic.
After returning to house, I spoke to Caesar, telling him I would destroy the stuff in the bunker underneath the fort.
That's why I summoned you here, right? I mean, a man nearly killed.
Of course lying to him, because I upgraded the stuff in the vault for Mr. House.
You arrive on the strip and waltz into the Lucky 38 like someone left you a key under the doormat. You assassinate the head of the chairman in his own casino and get away with it. Then something happens to Mr. House's robot, some kind of military upgrade. When you set your mind to something, you get results. I like that. The question is, are you ready to get started?
For your firing. Do not
This run would not have been able to be completed without the use of Big Boomer, the shotgun we acquired from Old Lady Gibson. I think it suits the theme of the Mafioso.
Law-abiding citizens, please leave.
Without it we would not have been able to complete the run, due to high armoured enemies being too powerful to kill with most of the other weapons I had. After doing all this, I returned to house, and then decided to take the fight to the Great Khans. Even though I killed all of the Great Khans, they still launched an attack on the Hoover Dam, exploding the AA gun and causing my game to lag and crash multiple times. Which is why I usually choose to kill them. Mr. House said the Emeritus were up to something, so I decided to investigate. I found that 2 of the bosses were trying to take over the strip, and with the help of one of the others, made it so that it was not possible.
You again. What the? Okay, you got me by the balls. Here's a...
Mr. House said I couldn't kill Caesar, but he did not say I was not allowed to make it so that it was harder for the Legion to enter and exit Cottonwood. After that, I went and picked up Rex and acquired him a new brain.
Alright, let's see here. If I have a seat. This will take a while.
Down between the NCR and the Legion is coming soon. Believe you me.
I completed some other odd jobs for the king, just so I could hear him say,
Hey, man.
I've already heard all about what happened, and all I can say is that I and all of Freeside thank you. Thank you very much. You've helped us.
in doing this it also sets up the NCR to look bad, which is what Mr. House favours. I completed some jobs for the Garretts as well, terrifying Grex, and just leaving him there. I decided to make sure the last of the Great Khans at Boulder City were exterminated, letting Lieutenant Monroe kill more. I then took the fight to the Fiends, killing Motor Runner, Violetta, Cook, and Driver Nephi. I wanted a specific ending to go with the Mafioso character we were playing, so I also had to grind for XP to get enough points to convince General Oliver to leave peacefully. I ended up completing the Come Fly With Me quest.
Come and get it, you...
Clear?
I didn't decide to sabotage the Bright Followers' plan to go to the moon. I did have the low intelligence prompt to mash the buttons on the keyboard, which could have made their life hard, but I decided against it. I decided to raise the bomber for the boomers. and I found all but one of the snow globes for Mr. House, because I forgot where it was. I went and acquired a unique 10mm submachine gun from the gun runners called Sleepy Time. And after getting my lockpick skill high enough, I acquired a unique 357 Magnum called Lucky. Both of which I think suit the
What'd
challenge.
you think of Mr. House?
I acquired Veronica as a companion. I used her to open the Brotherhood of Steel vault, but at the moment I told her to go to the Lucky 38. After entering the bunker and getting the key cards off of all of the main dudes in there, I activated the self-destruct terminal and killed Veronica.
Area secured.
Clearly you're determined to fight the Brotherhood.
All clear.
After this, I went to the Hoover Dam and protected the president from getting assassinated. I didn't record this as it is just a bunch of mundane waiting for a sniper to come out of a tower and then telling the president to leave. Did some side quests for the NCR, trying to make them competent enough to fight the Legion, but look bad enough so that they're not a problem for Mr. House. I decided to save the NCR at Novak.
Had enough?
Retribution!
Can't run from me.
Welcome back.
And I also completed the Return to Sender quest, letting Chief Hanley keep spreading lies. This quest is a bit silly. If you arrive too late or too early, he will tell you to wait for him to be on the balcony. And after waiting for him to be on the balcony, he will tell you that we should have this conversation elsewhere, making you wait for him to walk to another location.
Hold on.
I arrived at Bitter Springs to do some side quests around there, and to do Boone's companion quest.
Hey. You can't just take that!
All mine.
From Camp Gulf looking for some cons who've been making trouble with one of our settlements. I guess one of the settlers was connected. Something's wrong. Got a group coming our way. Looks like might be too big, even for... If you want out, I won't blame you, but I'm gonna stay. See if I can hold them off. If only... Tell the truth.
I stuck by Boone and fought all of the Legion with him.
Come on.
This took a few attempts as I had no armor, they deal high damage, and I ran out of healing items, but now Boone has his recon armor. I messed up the recording a bit here, but I went back to Mr. House. He told me that I needed to go and turn this power substation thing on. I did that, I returned to him, and then I assaulted the Hoover Dam.
As you can see, Vegas is humming along. I've tested, and just in time, as it turns out. Precisely.
I ran into the same problem I had with the Legion that I had with Boone at Bitter Springs. They deal a lot of damage and they often attack with automatic weapons. The ones that don't are easy enough to deal with.
Come on!
After reaching the Legate, I used my good karma which I'd been building up to convince him to fight me one-on-one. He was still a really hard battle. He beat my meat shield Boone up, and I ended up having to cheese him behind this wheelbarrow thing. Like I said, we would not have been able to win this run without Big Boomer. Both barrels.
True.
After I finished the Legate, General Oliver arrived, and I convinced him that the dam was not worth wasting NCR lives, and he stood down.
I'm not going to throw away the lives of my men just...
After this, the boss man, Mr. House, came out to congratulate me on a job well done, and we completed Fallout New Vegas as a mafioso. That's it for this video, everyone. If you enjoyed, please like. If you didn't, too bad. Please subscribe if you'd like more. See you in the next one.
And so the courier who had cheated death in the cemetery outside Good Springs cheated death once again, and the Mojave Wasteland was forever changed. Mr. House's Securitron army took control of Hoover Dam and the Strip, pushing both the Legion and the exhausted NCR out of New Vegas. Mr. House continued to run New Vegas his way, a despotic vision of pre-war glory. The streets were orderly, efficient, cold. New Vegas continued to be the sole place in the wasteland where fortunes were won and lost in the blink of an eye. The courier, fair and kind-hearted to those in the wasteland, ensured that Mr. House would keep New Vegas stable and secure for future generations. Mr. House afforded him every luxury at his disposal in the Lucky 38, out of gratitude and a quiet sense of pride for his choice in lieutenants.
Mr. House showed little interest on the Boomers, who eventually began venturing out to Nellis to meet and trade with travelers.
Buried beneath tons of rubble, the Mojave chapter of the Brotherhood of Steel was no more. Those few who were outside the Hidden Valley bunker when it was destroyed settled into new lives, or headed west to find a new chapter to join.
At odds with leadership over the Brotherhood's future, Veronica looked to the Mojave Wasteland for an answer both she and they could live with. But the answer would never come, and the dangers of the world that had left the Brotherhood of Steel behind would eventually claim her life.
Their leaders destroyed by the courier, the fiends scattered throughout the wasteland. Without the organization of Motor Runner, Cook, Violet, and Driver Nephi, they were easy prey.
After Mr. House gained control of New Vegas, he sent a Securitron to Good Springs as a token of appreciation for helping the courier. Victor was a mixed blessing, however, as he continually monitored the town for Mr. House.
Cass lived to see Hoover Dam in its old world glory, humming with power the likes of which the Mojave had never seen. Vegas burned brighter than ever. Securitrons filled the streets, and Cass's heart skipped, just a little. Her last words were to the dam, and to herself. We were going full speed ahead, but facing backwards the whole time.
Thanks to the courier and Lily, A cure for the Nightkin's schizophrenia was found shortly after Dr. Henry's experiment concluded. Nightkin and other super mutants in the wasteland flocked to Jacobstown, and the town became known as a haven where a mutant could find peace.
Lily continued to take her medicine at half doses, and although she remembered her grandchildren, her mind remained muddled and confused. Eventually, she parted ways with the courier and traveled west, seeking the remnants of her past.
During the Second Battle of Hoover Dam, some kings took it upon themselves to launch several attacks on NCR citizens and soldiers around Freeside. Mr. House looked on these actions favorably, seeing them as proof of the king's loyalty to New Vegas, and decided to leave them alone.
After Ray's brain was transplanted into Rex's cybernetic body, it took Rex some time to adjust to the old scrapyard dog's memories. Eventually, Rex's mind settled peacefully, melding his own memories with that of long travels with old Lady Gibson.
Driven into a frenzy by their use of Psycho, the Misfits inflicted heavy casualties on the Legion during the defense of Camp Golf. At first, they were commended for their valor, but eventually, desperate for more of the chem, they turned on travelers in Outer Vegas. For their dishonorable conduct, the NCR court-martialed and executed them by firing squad.
Though Novak was a low-priority target for the Legion, many of Novak's citizens died in its defense. In the weeks that followed, several Bright followers returned to Novak to help restore its defenses, allowing it to remain independent of NCR.
Though NCR was withdrawing from the region, Boone remained in New Vegas, finding work as a security guard and caravan scout along the highways. While he might have preferred rejoining his old unit, Boone couldn't bring himself to abandon the city where he'd met his wife.
After Hoover Dam, the leaderless powder gangers at the correctional facility vanished into the wastes, leaving the prison empty. The correctional facility became another abandoned ruin in the wasteland, its carcass occasionally picked over by enterprising prospectors.
With Cook dead, the powder gangers at Vault 19 fell apart. Those who weren't destroyed by the courier fled into the hills or attempted to work their way back through the Mojave wasteland. Few survived.
After Hoover Dam, Sheriff Myers runs Prim with his own style of frontier justice. He deals with most folks fairly, but now and then someone winds up dead with little to no evidence against them.
And so the couriers rode
Special thanks if you made it this far in the video. I really enjoyed this playthrough, so I will be reloading the system load and doing the DLCs with the same rules.
just as they had in the old world.
Thanks for watching.
Because war never changes.